Hello everybody, Elijah here. Welcome back to another Epic 7 video. Today we are taking on floor 16 of the challenge mode Abyss. This floor is relatively easy, it's relatively simple. There's a lot of different units you can use. This, however, I think works the best. You essentially want to defeat the boss without triggering Outrage. Outrage is triggered whenever on your turn, says enemy turn, but your turn, when you have 21 or more souls, then it grants him Outrage. Essentially, you want to have a team that has like a 10 soul burn, preferably on their S1. Camilla, she soul burns on her S1, 10 souls. Same with Adin, same with Iseria. And then we have Doris here because we want 3 light heroes, and because everybody's dark units, Doris actually does very well into a team full of dark units, given the fact that she's kind of like built to counter the Soul Weaver, to counter dark units essentially, and things like that. Other than that, you can replace Camilla with any other light unit that you may have, because you honestly can just beat this with just Doris, Iseria, and Adin. You don't really need Camilla here. You could really just 3-man this, and you will see that because Camilla dies in the middle of this this recording that I have of this fight. But anyway, let's go ahead and go into gear and all that good stuff. We'll start off with Doris. But this is her stats. She could be tankier. I built her to have a little bit more speed than Ephra's because they don't really debuff that much. The boss doesn't really debuff that much, so it doesn't really matter. I will say, after completing this, I would have changed Toem into where is it? It's Candlestick into this artifact, right? I just passed by it. This artifact. This artifact I think would have worked a lot better because her skill 2 cooldown is a relatively long cooldown, at least for that fight, because you want it to be up just in case you need the soul burn. So I would say use Candlestick instead of Toem, but Toem also works fine. It made her turn cycle pretty fast. Then we have a Saver Adin. Nothing really changed much with her. If you don't have Saver Adin, then I guess you can use somebody along the lines of like T Surin or like any light hero that you have DPS. Saver Adin works nice because she does extra damage to dark heroes, so she makes it, you know, relatively easy. She also has evasion in her kit, so like she'll not get hit really by any of RB's attacks or anybody attacks for that matter. And she counterattacks and gives herself an attack up. She also has Unbuffable, and the little units, the little orb things that are with RB, they grant him buffs. So having Unbuffable on him consistently is actually really good for this fight. Then we have Camilla. She's still on my standard gear. I've used her in other videos and things like that. The Abyss. Yeah, just build her. You really only need her S1 and her S2. You're not going to use her S3 because you want to decrease the damage that is suffered. You could get some more HP, I would say, because she did die in this video, but it didn't really matter because, again, Savior Adin, Doris, Iseria just solos this boss, essentially. And then we have Iseria. We have her on Song of Stars for more damage with the target. She also strips, applies Unbuffable, and then she has a soul burn that is relatively cheap, only 10 souls. Pretty tanky, I guess, has a lot of HP, no defense, but probably want to get more effectiveness. So yeah, those are the stats. Let's get into this fight.